Well, good morning and good afternoon, everybody. This is the Komprise TechKrunch series. I'm with Eric Platt from Komprise. Hello, Eric. And I'm Randy Hopkins with Komprise. So welcome to our morning cup of coffee with Komprise. And so this week's session, we're going to be talking about a topic that a lot of folks are keen to learn more about. And the topic that we're going to discuss and that we're going to actually show you is when and why cloud-to-cloud object store data migration is a good idea. So when would you do it? Why would you do it? And we're going to show you a demo on how Komprise supports the data migration and data replication between object store on-prem in the cloud and cloud to cloud and things like this. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. So there we go, cloud to cloud data migration and some of the common customer use cases. We're going to show you these use cases. And as we do that, we're going to talk about why somebody would do that and why organizations want to be able to do this and why our customers are doing this. Okay, Eric, let's go ahead and whip through the build here. There you go.
So this is our Komprise UI. And it shows I've got quite a few different migrations going on here. And you can see I've got different migrations configured. Some of them are from Azure to AWS, AWS to ECS. So we're going from public cloud back to on-prem. Some others here with going to IBM ICOS, Wasabi to AWS. And Randy, what's some of the reasons why we'd want to go from a cloud to cloud from a migration or replication standpoint?
Yeah, that's a good question. There's a lot of reasons. Some folks want it for safekeeping. Like, for example, we have a three-letter broadcasting organization who stores all of their television shows and movies in one provider's object store. They wanted to keep a copy of it in another provider's object store just for safekeeping. It might be for ransomware protection, having another copy somewhere else. Or sometimes we see where organizations want to simplify their environment. They want to, maybe they have a number of object store providers and they want to standardize on a single provider for either because it might save them some money, or it might simplify their operations, or it might be part of their IT consolidation. Another big use is that they might want to take a copy of that data and put it somewhere else and leverage the other copy for compute. Might be they want to munge through log files and trace files, things like that. They want to stick some compute at it for 6 months, but they don't want to impact the primary storage location. And finally, they might get a screaming Eddie deal. So they might want to save some money. So they found a provider that's going to save them a significant amount of money. So they want to migrate the data and shut off the cold one. So there's a lot of different reasons, just like any sort of data portability requirements. So there's a few that I just described why our customers are using us to do this.
Yeah, those are great. And last week I met with a customer that they wanted to be able to use this for test dev workloads as well. So they can take a copy of their data that's on their on-prem ECS instance and put it into AWS to start doing some test dev for some of the refactoring and replatforming that they're going to do for their upcoming cloud migration strategy. So it gives you multiple use cases and not just your standardized, I just want to migrate from point A to point B, but we can also do, as we talked about last time, use migration as replication, and then also use it for other use cases like test dev workloads and running machine learning and artificial intelligence against those workloads as well. So let's show how easy it is to be able to set up and configure a migration task. First, we've added in our object stores, and you can see that here within our data stores. I've got multiple clouds on-prem and in the public cloud. And then we go in and just add a migration task. It's super simple to be able to come in here, and I can select my Wasabi bucket here that I want to be able to bring back on-prem. So we're going to actually bring this back to our on-premise box. Actually, I apologize. We're going to go the other way. We're going to go from the ECS to Wasabi. There we go. Oh, and Randy, this unsupported attributes, what's that all about?
Well, the attributes are things that each provider stores about their objects in S3 or in Object Store, excuse me. And not all providers support all attributes. Some of them might have custom attributes. So what we're able to do is to transfer the attributes that are supported by both the source and the target, but sometimes there are unsupported attributes. So we're letting the customer know that there are attributes that you're leveraging on the source. Make sure that you need them, and because sometimes they may not be supported on the target. And we've got a document. If you click on that little question mark, we'll show you a document that shows what attributes are supported for each service provider, and we will transfer those attributes if they're supported on the target.
Yeah, that's great intelligence built into the platform. So let's name this. Let's call it Wasabi to ECS. And then we can do MD5 checksums, or you can choose to turn those off if you want to just do for performance, and that'll increase your speeds. And then again, we'll give you the warning again about the unsupported attributes, and then we can just click on Start Migration. And it'll kick that off and start doing the migration from Wasabi to ECS. And again, there's different use cases here. If we wanted to do this as a pure migration, we would migrate all the data and then run through the iterations until we got to the point where we could do a final cutover and be able to do that final cutover. Or if we're doing it from a replication standpoint, we would just let this continue to run over and over again to keep the sync changes in sync. And then I also just want to give you guys a sneak peek for our next TechKrunch. Is we're going to talk about doing cloud to cloud NAS data migration. So not only doing object level migrations from on-prem, but also the capabilities of going from things like NetApp files or NetApp on-premise NFS to AWS EFS. And that will be a pretty exciting TechKrunch for the next month.
Yeah, so this, and by the way, just for the folks who don't know, with our data migration with Object Store to Object Store, that's part of our aggregate product, and it does include analytics as well. So if you want to take a look at the things about the data, like last access time, profile and model the data on the source or the target, data analytics is built into the platform as well. So is there any questions in the chat room? I don't think so. I was looking at that earlier. We answered them already. Cool. So Eric, thank you for the quick cup of coffee to show a demo on how we do replication and migration from Object Store to Object Store. And we'll see everybody next time to focus on on-prem to cloud NAS and back and forth on how we approach that. And we'll show you a demo on that one.
So that's going to be pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Randy. Always fun.
Take care.